Hello, good morning students. Today I'll be teaching you from the chapter 4 for class 7 chemistry. Chapter 4, name of chapter is atomic structure. Now first of all, what is an atom? What does it mean? This term atom. So atom, actually all the substances are made up of the smallest particle which can take part in the chemical reaction. So they are known as the atoms. Now these atoms, this name was first given by Sir John Dalton. He was a scientist, so he gave this name atoms. Now in the earlier Indian philosopher, his name was Carnot, he gave this name as this atom as a Paramanu. So there is another Indian name of atom, that is Paramanu. Now if you see these atoms, the atoms they react together, then they form a compound, different compounds. Now these compounds, they may be made up of this. If you see the molecules of the compound or element, it can be made up of, for element it is made up of only one type of atoms, and for compounds it is made up of different types of atoms. Now for example, if you take the molecule of hydrogen, so that is H2, molecule of hydrogen H2, so it is made up of only one kind of atom, that is hydrogen atom. Now for another example, these molecules can be made up of different types of atoms. For example, if you take H2O, that is one molecule of water, so it is made up of two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. So I think you can understand it. Now next is that atoms again they can be divided into three subatomic particles. There are around 200 subatomic particles, but out of those, these are the main subatomic particles. So these are namely electrons, protons and neutrons. So these are the three subatomic particles by which the atom is made up of. Now for as a property of electrons, they are negatively charged. Their charges are negative. They are electrically negatively charged. For protons, they are positively charged, and for neutron, the charge is 0. So neutron is neutral, that is no charge in it. Now if you see that the atoms of the different elements are mostly they are electrically neutral. Why it is so? Because in an element, in an atom, the number of electrons and number of protons are always equal in most of the cases, except the radioactive elements. So radioactive elements, they are not stable, they are unstable. Now if you see for the normal elements, this number of electrons and number of protons are always equal, so they are electrically neutral or they are stable. Now next, if you turn to page number 60 in your book, you see the diagram how the atoms are made up of, the structure of an atom. Now if we draw in short, now this is the nucleus, this is the center of the atom, and these are the around it there are imaginary paths through which the electrons are moving, so they are known as orbit or shell. So you can say orbit or shell. Now in a nucleus, only protons and neutrons. In a nucleus, there are only protons and positively charged protons and neutrons with no charge. So you can say that nucleus is having positively charged. Now around it there are electrons. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus in an imaginary path, which is known as orbit or shells. So what is orbit? The imaginary path in which the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. They are known as orbit or shells. And the center of the atom, it is known as the nucleus. So this is about the structure of the atom. So you can see in your book, there is page number 60. You can see it more nicely. It is given here. So you can see the structure from your book. Now, next definition is that atomic number. Atomic number. What does it mean? Atomic number is denoted by the symbol capital Z. This is Z. So now atomic number means it is the number of electrons or number of protons. So atomic number you can give by the number of electrons or number of protons, because in an atom the number of electrons and number of protons are equal. So atomic number is the number of electron or number of protons. Now next definition is there in your book, that is mass number. One thing is that already I have told you that an atom is, in most cases, it is electrically neutral because the number of electron is equal to the number of proton. So that's why the atoms are electrically neutral. Now mass number, it is denoted by capital A. Now it is the total number of protons and neutrons of an element or an atom. So that is called atomic mass of an atom. So it is the total number of protons plus number of neutrons inside the nucleus. So that is about the mass number. Now if mass number is given, you can find out the number of electron, because number of proton is equal to the number of electron. Or if the atomic number is given and mass number is given, you can find out the number of neutrons. Now we do it later on. We will see how it is done. For example, one example is given in your book. For example, mass number of oxygen. Oxygen mass number is 16. Now oxygen has got 8 protons and 8 neutrons. Is it clear? So mass number of oxygen atom is 16. That means it has got 8 protons and 8 neutrons. Now from here you can find out the number of electrons. So how many number of electrons? Number of electrons will be, that is equal to the number of protons, that is 8. So this way you can relate one with the another one. Now next definition is that relative atomic mass, that is given in your book. Relative atomic mass. Okay. Now what does it means? It is relative. Means you have to compare it, the atomic mass of an element with the atomic mass of hydrogen. So relative atomic mass means how many times an atom of an element is heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. So that is the relative atomic mass. For example, if we take atomic mass of nitrogen, nitrogen is 14. Nitrogen atomic mass is 14. What does it mean? That means one atom of hydrogen is, one atom of nitrogen is 14 times heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. That is, atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. So it is 14. So next we will see the how the electrons are arranged around the nucleus in a shells. For example, if you take the oxygen atom, the atomic number of oxygen equal to 8. So that means number of electrons equal to 8. Now how these electrons will be arranged around the shells, it is given by a formula. So this formula is actually given by one scientist. His name is Niels Bohr, a Danish scientist. His name is Niels Bohr. That is given in your page number 61 in your book. If you want to see, you can see from that this box that is given here. So if you see the arrangement of the electrons in the shells, what will be the number in the different shell? So we can find out by using the scientist formula, that is 2n square. So n is the number of shells which can start from 1, 2, 3 and so on. It is depending on the number of electrons. Now if you see how many number of electrons will be in the first shell, this is the number of shell. First shell, second shell, third shell. So what will be the number of electrons in the first shell? That means 2n square. If you replace the value of n, that is 1, that is 1 square. 2 into 1, that is equal to 2. That means there will be 2 electrons in the first shell. The 2n square, that is 2 into 2 square, where n equal to 2. Second case. I have taken already the first one, now in the second case. N equal to 2, that means 2 into 4, that is equal to 8. Now in the second shell, that means there can be maximum 8 electrons. It cannot be more than 8 electrons. This formula is given by scientist Niels Bohr. Now for the arrangement of electrons in the shells for oxygen atom, now you can see this is the nucleus. So it will be 8 proton, then 8 neutron, then around this this is the shells or orbits. These are the shells or orbits around the nucleus. These are nucleus. The nucleus is made up of 8 proton and 8 neutron. You can give plus sign because they are made up of 8 proton and 8 neutrons. Now how many electrons are there? 8 electrons. Now in the first shell it will be 2 electrons. In the first shell it will be 2 electrons. Now let's see how many numbers will be in the second shell. Now you see in the second shell there will be maximum 8 electrons, but there is how many electrons are there altogether? 8. That means in the first shell already you have taken 2. Now if you want to find out how many electrons will be in the second shell, that means 8 minus 2, it will be 6. That means in the K shell it will be 2, L shell it will be 6. So there will be 6 electrons in the second shell. I think you can understand what is this electron configuration and how to arrange the electrons around the nucleus in different orbits or shells. So this arrangement, this all together, this is the arrangement of the electrons in the shells This is known as electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. So, what is electronic configuration? It is the arrangement of the electrons around the nucleus in different shells. This arrangement of electrons is known as electronic configuration. I think it's clear to you. Now, how to denote the atomic mass number of an element? Say, an element X. This is an element X. Now, if you take this mass number, this will be superscript. This is the mass number. It will be the superscript that is in the left hand side top, and the atomic number will be in the left hand side down in the subscript. So this way you can express the number of protons and neutrons together is mass number, and this is the atomic number. So in an element it is expressed like, for example, if we take an example, say sodium, the mass number is 23 and the atomic number is 11. 23 and atomic number is 11. Now from this atomic mass number and atomic number, we can find out the how many numbers of protons, electrons and neutrons are there in an atom of sodium. So mass number equal to 23 for sodium. For sodium, that is Na. Symbol of sodium is Na, that is natrium. It's coming from Latin name natrium, Na. This is sodium. Then atomic number that is equal to 11. So actually it is A and this is Z. Now if you want to find out the number of neutrons present in that sodium atom, then it will be 23 minus 11, that is equal to 12. So we can find out the number of neutrons this way from given mass number of sodium and atomic number of sodium. Now that is, you can find out the number of electrons, that is the atomic number electrons, that is equal to 11. The number of protons also will be equal, that is equal to 11. I think you can understand how to find out the number of neutrons if the mass number and atomic number is given. So I think it's clear to you. You can see at home, you can do calculation by taking the different element, their mass number and atomic number from your book. Now next is that definition is given there. An element, I think you got in class 6 also what is an element. So what is an element? You see in the page number 61 of your book. If you see the page number 61 in the right hand side, you will see the definition is given there. So element is what? It is made up of the only one type of substance, okay, and it cannot be divided into more simpler substance other than this substance. For example, if you take the one molecule of oxygen, then this oxygen molecule is made up of only oxygen atom. It cannot be made up of the chlorine atoms. So that is the meaning. Then next definition is given, that is compound. Now what is a compound? Compound means it is a substance which is made up of two or more elements combining together chemically by a fixed ratio of weight. That is atomic weight or atomic mass. So let's see one example. Let's take for this compound, how they are made up of the fixed ratio weight. Let's take the water molecule H2O. In water molecule, hydrogen how many number are there? 2. Oxygen how many? 1. Now the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Atomic mass that is 1 for hydrogen. Then atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Atomic mass of oxygen 16. Actually there is the relative atomic mass. So if you take this, how many number of hydrogen? That is 2. Into 1 is 2 oxygen is 2O. That means that is 1 into 16. That is equal to 2 is to 16. Now you divide both sides by 2. That means here 2 by 2, here 16 by 2. So if you cross it out, you get here 1 and here you get 8. Dividing by 2. That is 1 is to 8. That means in a water, the ratio of weight by which hydrogen oxygen is combined together, it is 1 is to 8. So this is all for today. I hope you will study at home and see from the book for this definition and all, and prepare for your exam. Thank you.